Well, what a podcast we have for you, Frendel.
A fascinating chat with Peter Toslakaitis. The very first Australian man has been frozen, cryogenically frozen. Peter runs the facility where this man has been frozen. He's an 80-year-old Australian man. So many questions. It's a fascinating interview.
Also, Emma Gillespie with That's Entertainment AI is taking over the world.
And then we go back to cryonics again. Do you want to be frozen? We ask you in the pub test.
Mm-hmm. The tribal drum will beat forward. Don't worry, Doc. I'll take it easy.
You can imagine how that went.
And gets my ghoulies as well.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller.
Amanda. Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles.
Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
What are you, an idiot?
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the...
Good morning, Mrs. Munchel. How are you today?
I'm great today.
I just noticed that Jeremiah Rye hasn't shown up to work. He was rang yesterday.
Sicky tummy?
I'm not feeling well. I think his dad might have fed him some off salmon again. I have a vibe that I think his dad's trying to poison him, just quietly. Because it's like...
You make him uncomfortable when you say this.
he's always...
He's not the mushroom lady.
Brian's dad is not the mushroom lady. Let's just make that clear.
No, he's unwell.
He's unwell.
I was unwell yesterday, but you know what? I soldiered on.
Were you?
You joking? Remember, I had to take some Sudafeds. I had a cold all weekend.
That's right.
I fought it, and I've won.
And what did you do? You had an action-packed weekend.
I had just such a good weekend. On Saturday, a group of girlfriends, we hadn't seen each other for a while. One of us lives in Bathurst. We all got together for a lunch, and I thought, probably go to 3 o'clock, something like that. I got home at 10.
Oh, yeah.
And we went from bar to bar, ended up dancing at the Palms.
Oh.
It was what the doctor ordered. It was so great. And then yesterday, I went to see & Juliet. It's only on for a few more weeks at the Lyric Theatre. It is just so uplifting. It is a great, wonderful show full of pop songs. It's just brilliant. And so I just have had this energising weekend, and it's filled up the cup. You know how sometimes you feel, well, we all go through these things where your cup is depleted. That weekend has just filled me up.
Well, I'm glad that you got filled up this weekend.
Yes.
It's your anniversary today.
It's my wedding anniversary, 34 years. 1990 we got married. And Harley left a little jewellery box on my bag this morning as I left his little necklace, a beautiful necklace.
Well,
in
what
it.
do you got there?
It's a necklace.
A little pearl necklace.
A pearl necklace, and it matches a bracelet that he bought me earlier this year.
Oh, good on him.
Isn't he a good man? In the midst of all the stuff that's going on with him,
and that
he's
would have been a
managed
big
to do
deal
all
for
that.
him to get. Did he do that?
Well, he did online, but
of course.
he got the timing right and blah, blah, blah. He always remembers our anniversary because it's the weekend of the Monaco Grand Prix. And on our wedding day, friends of his who'd come from New Zealand had asked us when to go back to their hotel room to watch the Monaco Grand Prix. And Harley to this day says, I'm so torn.
And I've got to consummate the marriage.
And then I'll be over.
I'll see you in 30 seconds.
Got a couple of hairbands to take care of.
Oh, well, happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Happy anniversary to you. We've got an action-packed show today. Plenty of things to talk about.
You know what? In Australia, it's an Australian first. An 80-year-old has been cryogenically frozen in a facility in New South Wales. We're going to talk to the director of that facility. I find this fascinating.
How do you feel about the whole... Because if you freeze an 80-year-old guy, how long do you keep him frozen?
Well, that's the thing. Presumably you're frozen until you can wake up and they've Benjamin Buttoned you. They've somehow found out ways to cure your ageing or whatever it is. There are so many questions. And what if your kids have spent all your money on the will? Because you still have to have a will.
Yeah.
So much to discuss.
Also, Instagram makes its return and we can't do anything until we do the Magnificent Seven. Question 1.
June the 1st, it's not today, don't panic. June the 1st is the first day of winter and it falls on what day this week?
Jam Nation.
WSFM. Hello there, it's Jonesy and Amanda.
Well...
Thanks to Mojo Homes.
Well, don't say thanks to Mojo Homes because Ryan's not here and you left the microphones on when that song was on.
Well, he didn't swear. Did you say anything?
No, I said, let me show you a photo of Liam.
Yeah, well, maybe you should just focus a bit more.
Maybe you should turn our microphones off when the songs are on.
You know, it's a new desk. And
it's a new day.
And the desk look at all the lights on this desk. You know, I've got to talk to you. I've got to do this. Jen Y. Rye's having a Monday. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of S going on in Jonesy's life. And I appreciate if you help me a bit.
A kind of a big one is turning off our mics. I'll sit sentinel here with my mouth closed when the songs are on.
Well, thank the Lord for that. Let's get into the Magnificent Seven, shall we? 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say.
Is this a bit I'm allowed to talk in?
Sam is in Hammondville.
Hi, Sam.
Good morning, Jones and Amanda. How are you?
Very well. You're
Sam?
Sam from Hammondville. I'm going to call you Salmonville, and we'll just get it all done in one sentence. All right, Sam.
Amanda, I'd just like to say something to you, mate. My wife and I would like to give you love and best wishes to you and your husband for your anniversary.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Please, Sam, thank you very much to you and your wife.
And we love you too, Jonesy.
That's all right.
Don't feel left out.
No, mate, it's not my anniversary. Nothing.
It's a little bruised, isn't he, always?
Nothing significant's happening to me today, but thank you for the sentiment.
All right, Sam. June the 1st is the first day of winter. So June the 1st, first day of winter, falls on which day this week?
June the 1st. That's on Saturday.
Saturday.
You know it. The Crazy Tasty jingle is used in an ad for what fruit? Crazy Tasty. You might have heard this.
Crazy Tasty, we're the sweetest.
You're obsessed with this, Jonesy. Do you know what the fruit is?
I've never heard of it.
Really?
Crazy Tasty.
Pick a fruit, Sam, that might be in an ad.
Peaches.
No pet names, I'm at work, but thank you.
And it's our anniversary, Sam.
Yeah, respect, Sam, please.
Honestly.
Come on, Sam. Not here.
Donna's in Layla Park.
Hello, Donna.
Hello, Amanda. Hello, Jonesy.
So the Crazy Tasty jingle is used for what fruit?
Crazy Tasty.
Kiwi fruit?
It's kiwi fruit.
It is.
Crazy Tasty.
Let's play the not-so-secret sound.
Okay. Hang on, I've got to find the intro for the not-so-secret sound. It's not here.
Not there?
No, I don't know. It used to be there.
All right, well, let's just hear the sound.
Yeah.
What, Donna, what's this sound?
A jackhammer.
Yes, that's the worst sound in the world. Let's all move on.
So relaxing. In which decade did film incorporate synchronized sound? Donna, was A, 1910, B, 1920, or C, 1930?
Which decade?
Which decade was it? The 10s, the 20s, or the 30s?
The 30s?
Sorry, no, it wasn't the 30s, Donna. Oh, no, you don't get a second crack.
No, so once the buzzer goes, you can't come back from that.
You cannot come back from that.
What do you think? Question number 4 of the Magnificent Seven. In which decade did film incorporate synchronized sound? Was it the 10s, the 20s, or the 30s? Give us a call and play the Magnificent Seven.
Jonesy and Amanda. Sam Nation. Podcast.
Is everything okay for you? Because Jen Y. Rye is having a Monday. He's not in today. Is everything okay? Is there anything else I can do for you? How can I be of service?
I asked earlier, I said, there's some cold jets coming down on me. Would you mind just turning up the temperature in here? And you said, all right, princess, anything else I can do? So don't pretend to be charming now. You make me sound like I'm very demanding. Is it too much to ask that there's freezing cold jets coming down on me? I'd rather be comfortable in here. Is that all right? Is that all right, Brendan?
It's not like I'm getting you to watch VR porn or anything. I'm just trying. It's hard to do this, okay? I've got to do this. There's a lot going on.
Well, then don't pretend to be charming and saying, is there anything else I can do for you without being mean and mocking me?
I can't pretend to be charming. I already am charming. We're into the Magnificent Seven.
Let's end this awkwardness with Adrian in Chiswick. Hello, Adrian.
Good morning, Jonesy and Amanda. How are we?
Very well. I'm warming up, which is a nice feeling after being freezing in this room.
Okay.
In which decade did film incorporate synchronised sound? Was it the 10s or the 1920s?
1920.
It was.
It was the 1920s. It was the jazz singer. Did you want to hear a bit of the jazz singer? This is what blew everyone's minds back in the 20s.
Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet. Wait a minute, I tell you. You ain't heard nothing.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
That got in there.
Wow.
That was your encore, wasn't it, Jonesy?
I've been around that long.
No wonder I hate jazz. Question 5.
Check this stuff before it goes to air.
Question 5. Originally worn by sailors of Europe, what coat has a name that features a small vegetable?
Coat of arms. The vegetable. No.
Sorry, Adrian.
I know it.
Often you see pictures of the royal family when they were young. The kids always wear these style of coats.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to do something in this coat, perhaps. Does that help?
It's another
Tanya?
word for urine.
Thank you. Tanya's in George's
Hi,
Hall.
Tanya. Do you know what kind of coat we're talking
Good
about?
morning to you.
Is it a pea coat?
It's a pea coat.
coat.
Originally worn by sailors of Europe.
Yeah.
How casual.
Yeah, the pea coat. Which is the main ingredient in tartare sauce. Tanya? The main
Mayonnaise.
It is mayonnaise.
Which brings you to question 7. Who beat the Broncos last night?
Newcastle.
No, sorry.
No.
It's a close one too. Broncos 34. This other team 36.
Let's not even talk about the Sharks.
What happened?
What did they show up? Did
It's
they
old
have-
school Sharks.
I don't live far from Shark Park, but honestly, usually you can hear the noise. There was nothing. You could hear a pin drop. Lara's in Menai.
Hi, Lara.
Good morning to you both. How are you?
We're very well. Who beat the Broncos?
That would have been the Titans.
Yes.
Great game. And look at you. You've just come from nowhere, this young lady, and you've won the Jam Pack. It's all coming your way, Lara. You've got a Colour Crush GHD. That's a hair straightener.
Yeah.
So you can create a bold and bright range for hairstyles that are authentically and unapologetically you,
People
Lara.
will say that is so Lara.
No, so there goes Lara. She's going to stop traffic.
She's all that.
Dinner at Rosso Antico Pizzeria, where you can enjoy Sydney's best pizza in Newtown.
And I'll say, wow, look at Lara's hair.
And Jonesy demanded carriage to us fit a colour in and some Staedtler pencils. Lara, anything you'd like to add to this?
No, just thanks very much. That's awesome.
Lara, congratulations and thank you.
Kind of a Monday thing, isn't it? You just get on with your business, and that's what happens.
Sure.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
All right, let's get started. Brace yourselves. Come on, baby. Bring it home.
Just gathering up the Jalmanac, our big book of musical facts on this day information. On this day in 1990, AC/DC released their hit Thunderstruck.
1990. On my wedding anniversary.
On this day.
34 years ago.
Yeah, wow. That's a big deal.
They played it live at my wedding.
It's a song that everyone's happy to hear. Did you play it in your wedding?
No. If by Thunderstruck, do you mean Vivaldi's Four Seasons played on a quartet?
Or Hanky Panky.
Yeah,
by
and
Madonna.
Teenage Dirtbag. That was big on the playlist.
That hadn't come out in 1990. Sorry, I didn't want to be a piggy pants. Everyone's happy to hear Thunderstruck. Would you agree about that?
Of course.
Unless you were in Iran on the 22nd of July in 2012, during the middle of the night, nuclear facilities across the country suffered a huge cyber attack that shut down computers and automation programs.
What's that got to do with the song?
Well, the side effect of the attack was that the virus prompted several computers to randomly play Thunderstruck at full volume.
As a side effect of
As a side
That's
effect.
weird.
Apparently, the hackers played the song to make it obvious to the victims that they had been indeed thunderstruck.
Wow.
That's what happens, man.
Got any Vivaldi?
And some hanky panky. What about this for your anniversary?
Love it.
Nothing says romance than AC/DC.
Love it.
Jam Nation.
Feel a little bit loose when Jeremiah Rye is away. You know, not having his little derision in the studio.
What do you mean you feel loose? What are you going to do?
Oh, I got to do his work, adjust the air conditioner for you. How's that going for you right now? Everything
Perfect,
okay?
thank you. You
Is
won't
there
have to
anything else?
touch it again.
Can I move the building on its axis?
You know, why do you make me sound difficult? I'm the least difficult.
Do you
I'm the
want me
least
to-
princessy person.
Is the Harbour Bridge
You're
okay
the
where it
princess
is?
in here, and you know it.
I am not a princess, and I will not have you say that about me, Amanda.
Well, since Harley has had his Parkinson's disease and things are, you know, it's a degenerative disease, so things happen and progress and all of that. Everyone who's in a position like this will know of that. And so various people come into the house. For example, you might get a physiotherapist, you might get a nutritionist, and Harley is seeing a speech pathologist. And the first time they came around, it was to see how Harley's swallowing, because when you have diseases like this, your muscles kind of stop working. So to make sure that he was swallowing correctly, so he had to eat like a bread roll and drink in front of her while she had his hand on his throat. And he said, this is the worst restaurant I've ever been in. And then now the speech therapist or speech pathologist is working with him on projection, because another side effect of this is that it's an interesting loop in your brain that you think you're shouting because your brain is telling you you're being very loud and you're just not. So you have to override that every time you talk.
Right.
As well as your muscles not working as well in your face and all of that. So there's a lot going on for the talking. So I've been to see a speech pathologist before. Remember I lost my voice once and I went to see a speech pathologist so I wouldn't harm my vocal cords. And this is the same sort of thing. I was in a tiny room. This pathologist is coming to see Harley at home, but I went into her offices, and in a very small room, I had to call out phrases that I would call out at home. I had to call out loudly, Jack and Liam, your dinner's ready, and things like that. And other people are seeing other specialists there with broken arms and stuff, and I'm calling out these things like a weirdo.
Adjust the air conditioning.
Well, maybe it'd be that. So here's the phrases. I only saw the piece of paper afterwards that he has got the speech pathologist to write down that he says are his most frequently used phrases, and she's written them down, and these are the ones he has to practice.
Go on.
Has anyone fed the dog? I think I left it in the car. What channel was that on? And this one, can we play anything but yacht rock?
No,
He's gone the full Raz.
That's reasonable.
He's gone the full Raz, and she's written it down in her professional handwriting. And Sucko Harley, he now has to read all of these out.
Why didn't you come to me? When I went to the Max Rowley Media Academy, Max taught me how to speak. It's all from the diaphragm.
Yeah.
So red leather, yellow leather, unique New York. Irene was delighted by the sight of the bright fire.
Are these the phrases you use at home? Because I beg to differ. If
Old Mother Ruddle had a rough cut punt.
If you had to repeat constantly the phrase you used at home, I think it'd be this one.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
You know.
And that'd be written down in her professional handwriting and have to say it day after day after day.
But you do play a lot of yacht rock. You can only listen. You can only listen to so much Steely Dan.
I knew he didn't like it, but I didn't know how much he hated it until then.
The poor guy, because he can't speak. He's trapped listening to you. Stop! I can't listen to Reel It In the Years again.
He's putting his own hands around his throat.
If I hear Summer Breeze one more time.
Oh, that is one of my faves.
Oh, that is a clanger.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
Podcast.
Well, it sounds like the stuff of science fiction, but it's real and it's here. A cryogenics company has just frozen their first client right here in Australia. An 80-year-old Sydney man has just made history, becoming icebound in the hopes of being brought back to life later. The director of the facility who has made all this happen is Peter Toslakidis, and he joins us now. Hello, Peter.
Hi. Good morning, and thank you for inviting me on your program.
I find
we
it
love
fascinating.
talking about this stuff because Amanda and I have always been fascinated about Walt Disney's cryogenically frozen head, which we know is not true.
It's an urban myth,
It's an urban myth.
Yeah, you're right. It's an urban myth, but it's something that a lot of people get interested in and causes some interest in cryonics. So that's okay.
Well, look, I don't even know. There are so many things I want to ask you. First of all, this man who has himself cryogenically frozen, obviously at the moment you have to wait till you are dead. At what point does he be brought to your facility?
Okay, so what basically happens, and I'll very quickly explain it, after he's prescribed dead by a doctor, legally dead, what we do is we're at the hospital, we take the patient, then we start a cooling process just with ice, take the patient to a funeral home. At the funeral home, we begin with stabilization chemicals and other things. We inject, we perfuse the body with certain chemicals and that. Basically, it's a sort of a antifreeze, a very clinically grade antifreeze. We then drop the temperature to about -80, which is dry ice temperature. That's a process that sounds easy, but it takes over a day and a half to do that. From that, we take the patient to the facility itself, which is in Holbrook, New South Wales. After that, what we do is we start another process of trying to bringing the patient down to liquid nitrogen temperatures, which is -180, -190 degrees. What we're doing is we're fighting against time to keep dropping the patient's temperature, but dropping it down in a scientific way so we don't cause any damage, particularly to the brain. And then what happens is after all that process, we put them in a special computer-controlled cooling box, we call it, and then after it's dropped to -180, we then put the patient into that Dewar, which is like a very large thermos flask filled with liquid nitrogen.
Well, that's the freezing process, and you've got the science down pat for that. The defrosting, what damage can be done to the cells on the way out? Do you know that when you bring someone out of this, it can be successful?
No, we don't. And again, we say there's no guarantees in cryonics, but don't forget, the bringing out is for the science of, say, 100 to 200 years from now. Nobody knows whether it's going to be successful or not, because once a patient is at liquid nitrogen temperatures, they can stay there for hundreds of years. Almost all chemical reactions and physics-type reactions stop at that time. So they can be in there for hundreds of years.
Wow.
So we're looking for the science of the future.
Wow. But practically then, with your facility, this man has paid $170,000, I think. What does that get him? I mean, you can't even trust a gym membership. What happens if the power goes out? What happens if your company changes hands? What guarantees can you give to him?
Okay. Let me answer them one by one if I can. We don't depend on power. Basically, it's deliveries of liquid nitrogen. The most important component is liquid nitrogen, which is we're particularly located, so we have 3 suppliers, actually 4 suppliers of liquid nitrogen in that area. So that's not a problem. The power could be out for months, and it wouldn't bother us. Of course, the rest of Australia might be down, but
yes.
we'd be all right. But the other side of it is we are a non-profit organisation. We have a depth in our organisation, even with our current membership. We have people of my age, which is actually the retirement going out age. Then we have another generation. Then we have another generation, etc. As people reach a particular age, our organisation is very, very interested in what we're doing. They're almost passionate about what we're doing. So we have people that keep taking over time. So the people part is covered like that. And then the third part is the economic part. And the economic part, we're very prudent in what we're doing with the funds. Very simply, and I won't get into economics, we basically put the funds into some very reasonable interest rate, but very secure interest rate, and the interest rate of those funds that the patient paid are what maintain them over time, because it's just basically covering the liquid nitrogen.
Right. Well, it sounds like you've got it all in control. So in 200 years, you put him out on the sink like the chops and he defrosts and then...
No, I hope it's a little bit better than that, because I'm going to be one of those people.
So you'll be one of those people as well, because it's interesting. This guy is 80. So when, say, for example, in 200 years' time, it all works out, he's still going to be an 80-year-old guy.
No, he's going to be restored to a healthy young body.
Wow.
And look, I always get asked this question. We're bringing a brain back to life in 200 years. That's the idea, to bring a brain. But people are more amazed that it's going to be a healthy young body. You could almost grow a healthy young body these days through cloning, other sorts of things that are going on. Getting the brain back's the tough part, and yet people seem to be more amazed that we're bringing back a healthy young body. That's the easy part.
And Peter, with you saying you're going to do this yourself, what are you hoping in 200 years? You want to see what the world is? You're just fascinated to time travel?
Exactly right. Everybody has a different reason. Everybody. My reason is curiosity, fascination. There's so many things I still want to do also. So I'd love to see how things turn out. I really want to travel into the future, and I want to pick my own time of when I pass away, when I die.
Wow. Well, that's
not
the next...
let it be. Yeah. Go on, sorry.
I was going to say, that's the next thing, is you have to wait till someone has died now. But that may change, you think, in the future, that people can be frozen before they're dead?
It's the only possibility of that is if euthanasia becomes quite widespread. We're not depending on that. That's not our basis. But if, for example, a country like Switzerland, where euthanasia is easier, you can actually start right after death, but you can pick the time of death.
Wow.
The hardest thing for us now is to pick that exact time of death. We have to have a team of about 10 people around at that time.
Well, good luck.
It's fascinating, Peter. It's not for me, but it's amazing.
Say good day to Keith Richards.
He'll still be alive
from now. Well, I'll say you might change your minds, and I may say hello to you in 200 years too.
Extraordinary.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you for joining us, Peter.
Okay, take care of yourself. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
If you see yourself getting frozen, cryopath.org, check it out.
Jam Nation.
Doing it for the gram right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin, cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Jem Wairai is not in today, and I've just been dealing with Amanda. And just tell me,
What do you mean dealing with me?
I've just been dealing.
I
with
asked you once to make the room a bit warmer because cold jets were coming down on me.
So I'm doing all of Jem Wairai's stuff, and then you've just come back into the studio and repeat the words that you just said to me.
My pants are on backwards. I wondered why they were. I'm not surprised they're grippy. I had a big eating weekend.
Yeah.
But they're sort of tight in the back and weird in the front. I just realised that they're on backwards.
You know, can you help me out?
How?
Just help me by
Brendan?
Well, just by simply getting dressed properly in the morning would be great. You've got 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right, $1,000.
But we asked Helen on Friday if she wanted to play again, if she wanted to one more question.
Yep.
Double her money, but it's double or nothing.
She did it, and she got
$2,000.
$2,000. Will that happen for Cassie of Peakhurst? Hello, Cassie.
Hello.
Hi, Cassie. Look, despite the fact my pants are grippy in all the wrong places, we have 10 questions. We have 60 seconds. We always say pass if you're not sure because we usually have time to come back, okay?
All right.
All right, Cassie. Good luck because here we go. Question number 1. How many primary colours are there?
3.
Question 2. What is 2 p.m. in 24-hour time?
14.
Question 3. The highest value. Yep, you're correct. The highest value for an Australian coin is what?
$100? No.
No, it's for a coin.
No.
It's
100
coin.
cents.
No, it's $2. What's the biggest coin we have is a $2.
I wasn't listening.
Oh, Cassie, I'm sorry.
Cassie, you got to listen to her.
Well, you gave her the wrong buzzer.
Well, no, she got that one right.
Yeah, that's the buzzer. I was confused with the buzzer, that's why.
Cassie,
and then I lost
sorry.
You know who we blame?
That's okay.
Cassie, you know who we
blame?
blame?
My pants.
Yeah,
we
she's
blame
not here today.
Jem Wairai for having a day.
Yep.
Amanda for putting her pants on backwards.
Cassie, you get $100 for playing and thank you.
Thank you.
Good on you,
Okay,
Cassie.
thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Tuesday and Amanda.
Jam Nation. It is the 27th of May. Right now it's 11 degrees. It's a beautiful day. The James Craig just cutting its way through the harbour.
It's beautiful.
Amanda has got her pants on backwards.
Very uncomfortable.
And still you haven't managed to go into the ladies and change
It's going
it
to
all
take
around?
some time, you know. It just doesn't happen as easily as you imagine.
You know what's going to happen? You go in there and change those pants and then there'll be a fire excavation or something like that, evacuation or something like that.
I hope there won't be an evacuation in my pants. Can I ask you this? Where's your rotator cuff?
Here on the shoulder. Remember I had that motorbike accident in 2014? So I did this thing above the rotator cuff, the two little tendons that hold the collarbone down and all that junk, and then the rotator cuff is underneath it.
But you took your recovery very seriously, don't you? You have to with those with
it hurts
bones
like the
and
dickens.
Yeah, but if you don't help it set and get all that stuff right, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen this guy's put this image up, or footage of his father. He said, here's my bachelor party update. My dad just had his rotator cuff. It's because my pants are on backwards.
That's what's happened. The words are coming out backwards. Your pants are backwards. It's going to happen.
My dad had his rotator cuff surgery. So he picked a low-key activity where he wouldn't get hurt. So they're bowling.
Oh.
He was supposed to sit and drink beer. He insisted on playing. So there he is. The dad's got his arm in a sling.
Yep.
All bandaged up in a sling. This was his first ball. He's bowled the ball, he's spun over, and he's from a great
landed
height
right
gone
on it.
bang and cracked right back into his shoulder.
He's got his arm strapped close to his body. He's got no counterbalance for the bowling ball.
He landed right on it. And as he says at the end here, back to the orthopaedic surgeon. Watching it is excruciating.
That just sent a laser bolt right through my own shoulder.
Yeah. But, you know,
dreadful.
his final words to the doctor, yes, I'll do my rehab. Yes, I'll take it easy.
Yeah.
Next minute, there he is bowling. Dad, just sit and have a beer.
You remember when I did have that motorcycle accident? So I did my shoulder, I broke my back, a whole bunch of stuff. And I went to the orthopaedic surgeon to go through the x-rays and stuff. And he said to me, well, here's the thing, you just can't ride a motorcycle for 6 weeks. You're not allowed to. And I said, you orthopaedic surgeons, by and large, you don't like motorcycles. And he
It's
said,
a big business for him.
well, and he just said, here's the thing, if you have another accident, if you fall off again, your back is broken. But if you fall off again and have another accident, you're going to do even more damage. So please just give me 6 weeks.
But you didn't.
Well, that's what he said. And then as he's sitting there telling the story, telling me all this, he said, and why are you wearing a motorcycle jacket? And I said, because, he said, did you ride a motorbike here today? And I went, yeah. And he goes, And he looked out in the car park and it was the big Ultra, the big Harley. And he said, what, that car with two wheels? And so he made me promise him that I would not ride.
But you did. You didn't take a day off riding.
Yeah, I did for 6 weeks. Remember, I drove a car to work for 6 weeks. It nearly killed me. And not once did it rain in the 6 weeks.
Remember, you had a vasectomy. And like 2 days later, rode your bike. You may as well just whack yourself in the nether regions with a broom.
Stopped at a set of traffic lights and... Yeah.
Again and again.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Although I have my pants on the right way.
Well, the tribal drum is going to beat for this. Don't worry, doctor. I'll take it easy.
Take it easy. Ow!
When are you supposed to be looking after yourself, doing all the right things, and it's not your fault? Next minute, something happens.
Jam Nation.
WSFM, hello there. It's Jonesy and Amanda. Everything okay? Your pants have changed?
Annoyingly, they're still grippy, but they're around the other way now.
Your pockets are at the front.
Yes, well, that's the thing. I thought, look at all this weird stuff happening over my hips. The pockets were all in the wrong place.
Sure.
Still weird stuff happening over my hips, but it's not the pockets now.
But they're around the right way.
All is right with the world.
And we can get down to the business at hand. The tribal drum is beating for, don't worry, doctor, I'll take it easy. Take it easy. Ow!
Hello, Carol Ann. What happened?
Oh, good morning. About 3 years ago, I was in hospital having treatment for cancer. I was in an extended stay, about 10 weeks. Doctor said, okay, you can have a day release. I thought, fantastic. And I really was hanging for fish and chips for some reason. So her family took me down to Balmoral Beach, under the trees there, looking out through the water. It was really lovely, having my chips, and out of nowhere, a kookaburra flew down, took the chip literally out of my mouth and took my lip with it.
Oh!
It took your
lip? Yeah, it took a big chunk out of my lip, and when I got back to the hospital, they didn't know whether to laugh or cry. They didn't know whether it was a true story. I said, I'm telling you, the kookaburra took my lip. Sorry about that. I did try to take it easy, but that's what happened.
Oh, Caroline, I thought you were going to say the doctor appeared as you were eating the chips, but even worse, your face got ripped off.
My face got ripped
and is all well with you now, Caroline?
Yes, thank you. I'm in remission. I had leukemia, in remission, doing really well, thank you.
Brilliant.
But I was the laughing stock of the ward, and apparently, word got around as it did, and so everyone that visited me everywhere said, how's your lip? And I heard the story about the kookaburra. I said, yeah, thanks very much.
You're one day out.
Kookaburras can be real a-holes, you know that? They can really...
It's funny how a kookaburra made her laughing stock.
Very good.
Thank you. Hello, Murray.
Hey, Jonesy and Amanda, how are you?
Very well.
Murray.
What happened, Murray?
Look, I had a slip and fall at work one time, and I ended up having shoulder surgery, and they gave me endone, which I don't quite like at all, so I freaked out a little bit in the hospital, and then when they were releasing me, they gave me some more endone. I thought, I'm not going to be taking this again. So anyway, after not sleeping for like 5 nights, I thought I need something for this pain, so I took an endone. Then halfway through the night, I was having this wild dream where I came across this dead body in a ditch. And I grabbed this dead body, dragged it out, started doing CPR on this body, and then I woke up doing compressions on the pillow on my bed with my bad shoulder.
Did you re-injure yourself?
I did. I had to go back to the hospital and have my stitches restitched.
Oh!
Endone.
Did the pillow live?
Did it live?
It lived.
What a story.
Oh, these stories. They're buttock clenching, and not just because my pants were backwards.
Well, your pants are okay now.
Got no
The
excuse.
circle of life, it continues.
No, leave it out of it.
Keep your circle out of it.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. We are back, baby.
Here we go.
This is it. And step on the gas.
I just find it very difficult to watch that footage of that guy. It just...
Well, here's a guy. He's had... this is a man saying it was his bachelor party. His father had just had rotator cuff surgery. He said, we picked a low-key activity where he wouldn't get hurt. He was supposed to sit and drink beer. He insisted, though, on playing. So he's got his arm in a sling.
And it's tightly held to his body.
Yeah, and he bowls with one arm, loses his balance, skids over and crunches down.
There he goes.
That was the first ball.
Straight on. I just can't.
And back to the orthopaedic surgeon.
I just can't.
Tribal drum is beating 4. Don't worry, doctor, I'll take it easy.
Take it easy. Ow! Garth is with us.
Hi, Garth.
Hi, how you going?
Very well. When did you not take it easy?
About 15 years ago, I was in hospital having a kidney removed from cancer. And I came home the next day. Well, I came home that day, but the very next day we had that giant hailstorm that went through Blacktown. I don't know if you know about it. But all 3 skylights smashed. Roof tiles were smashed. I was home alone. I had to climb up on the roof myself, try and put tarps all over everything. It was still raining on me, and I had to call my wife to come home and help me get down off the roof.
Oh, Garth, the doctor says go home, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a blasting from my wife,
Yes,
I tell you that.
rightly
Climbing around
so.
a roof. You just had a kidney ripped
Yeah.
out.
Fool, you fool, you fool.
Now he's getting a lecture from us. I'm glad you're well now, Garth. Good on you. Mate. Eva's joined us.
Hi, Eva.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Very well. What happened?
Okay, so I had a shoulder reconstruction for my right shoulder, and I was in a sling 3 weeks later. I went to show one of my grandsons how to use a seesaw, one of the ones you get from Bunnings. So here am I in a sling, went to sit down and I fell off, and I ripped my infraspinatus, which is the muscle underneath your arm to your back, completely off the bone. And I'm good now, 3 years later.
You're good now?
There's Grandma on the seesaw. That's why,
Who invented the seesaw?
Who comes home from hospital, put arm in a sling and thinks, I'm going to get on a seesaw? Oh, Evie, poor thing.
I wanted to show my 2-year-old grandson at the time how to use a seesaw.
And how to swear.
Yeah.
Oh, Evie, thank you.
I was pretty good. My daughter had to call the ambulance.
Right. These stories are uncomfortable listening,
was
aren't
pretty
they?
good on the seesaw until she wasn't.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation podcast.
Let's get on down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms, and today, cryonics, does it pass the pub test?
This is the idea of freezing yourself now and coming back maybe in 200 years' time. We spoke to Peter Toslakaitis before. He runs the facility where this has actually happened. An 80-year-old Sydney man has made history. He is being cryogenically frozen. And when you think about it, we were saying, well, do you come back as an old person? This was Peter said to that.
This guy is 80, so when, say, for example, in 200 years' time, it all works out, he's still going to be an 80-year-old guy.
No, he's going to be restored to a healthy young body. But, and look, I always get asked this question. We're bringing our brain back to life in 200 years. That's the idea, to bring a brain. But people are more amazed that it's going to be a healthy young body. You could almost grow a healthy young body these days through cloning, other sorts of things that are going on. Getting the brain back's the tough part.
Interesting, isn't it?
It is
that old thing.
Especially after the weekend.
Is it arrogance to want to live forever? Here's Peter's motivation. Peter, with you saying you're going to do this yourself, what are you hoping in 200 years? You want to see what the world is? You're just fascinated to time travel?
Exactly right. Everybody has a different reason. Everybody. My reason is curiosity, fascination. There's so many things I still want to do also. So I'd love to see how things turn out. I really want to travel into the future, and I want to pick my own time of when I pass away, when I die.
Try I want to see what Keith Richards is up to.
It's an unusual idea. I have no interest in doing that. I'm happy to have one crack at this and that'll do me. I have no interest in 200 years. I mean, yes, you're like, what's the world like? But I don't want to live again.
But you look at this, look at what we're looking at it now. 200 years ago, 300 years ago, there was nothing here.
Yeah, but do you deserve a second crack?
I don't know.
Imagine if you married your great-great-great-great-grandmother.
Ooh, hang on. Yeah. I didn't even think about the whole incest thing.
There are so many questions to this. But the idea of it, now that the technology might exist, he said he doesn't know yet whether we can rely on it being unfrozen, but the science in 200 years will take us there.
What
How
do
do
you
you
think?
feel? Cryonics, does it pass the pub test?
Jam Nation.
I demand entertainment. Are you not entertained?
Put on your dancing shoes.
Now give me your best shot.
From the Daily Oz, she's here. Emma Gillespie, hello.
Good morning. Well, we're talking AI this morning, as we so often are, but there have been a couple of big high-profile AI fake voices making the headlines, including our own Sandra Sully. This is a really interesting one. I want to play you a grab that was used in a true crime podcast.
St. Patrick's College teacher arrested and facing multiple alleged child abuse charges.
That's not Sandra? That's not Sandra Sully. So in this podcast, they say before they go to the grab, this is an AI-generated voice reading out a headline.
But it's not generic. That's they've modelled Sandra's voice.
They disclose that it's AI, but they don't say that they've modelled Sandra. Clearly, it sounds like that iconic voice we know. Sandra actually did an interview with The Project talking about it, and she said she didn't feel violated, but she felt more concerned about the future of news and what that means. Here's a little bit.
So if, I'm arguably some sort of trusted voice in news, then how can that be manipulated? And for what purposes? Good, bad or evil? And that's pretty scary.
Because Amanda does it. You do a great Sandra.
Oh, not as good as that.
I just do a bit of Sandra. Come on.
So 6 people were taken out of the forest in body bags.
Oh, my God. Amanda Keller, that was fantastic and terrifying.
That's extraordinary.
That wasn't AI on
but
that podcast.
But that is scary because when people won't know the context, they will hear that on a podcast and think it's Sandra. And it may be a benign circumstance in this one, but maybe not another time.
Well, exactly. We've seen another really high-profile similar story in the news this week. Scarlett Johansson has accused OpenAI. Now, they're the tech company that owns and created ChatGPT. They've released a new voice. She's called Sky, and she's an AI bot assistant. ScarJo says that she sounds just like her. She's released a statement saying that it sounds eerily similar to her and particularly interesting because she turned down an offer from OpenAI
to be that voice.
So we've got some grabs here. We've got the AI voice and whether or not you think it sounds like Scarlett Johansson, and also playing me off.
Ryan, blame Ryan.
We've also got a grab of the movie Her, which you might remember from 2013, and Scarlett Johansson voiced an AI assistant in that movie. So a bit of art imitates life.
So this first bit is the AI.
This is the AI.
I'm on stage right now. I'm doing a live demo, and frankly, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Can you help me calm my nerves a little bit?
Oh, you're doing a live demo right now? That's awesome. Just take a deep breath. And remember, you're the expert.
No, that sounds fake.
Well, I can't tell. So here's the actual then, Scarlett Johansson.
Good morning, Theodore.
Good morning.
You have a meeting in 5 minutes. You want to try getting out of bed? Get up!
You're too funny.
So I wouldn't have said they're identical, but she claims that all her friends and family and in the industry, they think it sounds like her.
Yeah, I think that standalone, that the voice doesn't sound exactly like her. But given that they tried to get her to voice it, I think that's where the concern is. I mean, it does sound different enough, but you can hear that kind of warm, raspy sort of Scarlett Johansson tone. OpenAI have paused the voice, so they've said, fine, we won't run it because Scarlett Johansson's threatened legal action. But they also said that it's not her voice, it's not supposed to be her voice, that they put out an open casting call to actors months before they reached out to Scarlett Johansson, allegedly. Who knows if that's true. But funnily enough, in that open casting call, they specifically called for actors who were not in the union, not in SAG-AFTRA, because they campaigned
to exploit them
and went on strike really hard last year for rights for voice actors and AI.
They could be mimicking us. You wouldn't know.
I saw this great thing the other day about AI. They say, the biggest problem with pushing all things AI? Wrong direction. I want AI to do my laundry and dishes so that I can do art and writing, not for AI to do my art and writing so I can do laundry and dishes. And someone new said, humans doing the hard jobs on minimum wage while the robots write poetry and paint is not the future I wanted.
That's not the future.
It's a great point. Well, thinking about the future, scarily enough, next year we've got a federal election due, and the Australian Electoral Commission even came out last week and they warned that ahead of the election we're going to see a huge rise of AI voices and deep fakes in the political space, and that they don't have any power to do anything about it. There aren't laws in Australia that are strong enough to prevent these kinds of deep fakes.
Or laws anywhere. So America's having an election, India's having an election, Britain's having an election, Australia's having an election next year, and they're expecting AI, deep fakes, misinformation everywhere.
Well, there was that call in the US, a voicemail thing that was Joe Biden calling people, telling them how to vote, and that was a deep fake. We've already seen lots of examples of how it can impact politics, but now that that's crossing over into pop culture and arts, who knows where it
Don't
went.
believe everything you hear. So, for example, you hear this.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
You know that that's fake.
I can smell it.
Fascinating. Em, thank you.
Thank you.
Check out Em, editor of the Daily Oz.
Tuesday and Monday. Jam Nation. Podcast. We're not gonna take it.
I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy Manor Arms for the pub test. And today, cryonics, does it pass the pub test?
We spoke to Peter Toslakaitis. He runs the facility where, for the first time ever, an 80-year-old Sydney man has been frozen. It's not the first time an 80-year-old has been frozen. First time anyone has.
Yep.
An Australian man has, well, in Australia, been frozen, put on ice, quite literally, for hundreds of years in the future.
We ran the Walt Disney thing by him only because we like it. It is an urban myth that Walt Disney's head is cryogenically frozen somewhere at the back of, next to the P's and the I&J's.
And my cauliflower rice I never get round to eating.
And that Osso Bucco you made 15 years ago.
Would you want this? Would you like to be frozen to come back sometime in the future? Cryonics, does it pass the pub test?
No, definitely does not pass the brain test. Besides the brain freeze, who wants to come back and work for another 40 years and then pay taxes and then die again? Talk about a glutton for punishment.
I think it's so wrong. We just need to be humans, be normal, and not freeze people. It's disgusting.
Look, I'm up for anything, but if you're an oddball, it passes the pub test.
You know, I don't believe in that. You live your life. Once you're dead, that's it. Enjoy what you can.
No, it does not. He's already dead. There is no brain electrical cuts in his brain, so I don't know what they think they're bringing back. We're going to freeze people that create a zombie apocalypse. I'm out now.
It's not a good idea. Just imagine a fella has cryogenics, then he comes back 300 years later, and his ex-missus is... Does he like a nightmare?
Well, no big proponents of it there.
It's a modern-day pina colada song.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation. Podcast.
Takes a big man to admit that he's wrong, and I'm not a real big man, but I used to sneer at Vivid, but I'm into Vivid.
Well, who would sneer at Vivid?
Well,
You're the same person that booed the kids from Billy Elliot, though, let's remember.
That was unfortunate. I didn't just boo the kids at Billy Elliot. It was just that Elton John was doing a particularly long version of Rocket Man.
And so you were choosing to boo Elton John.
Off.
Who boos Elton John?
He went for 17 minutes, just phony.
Everyone else was getting into it.
So I'd get off, and at that stage, he wheeled the little kids from Billy Elliot. So I have no beef with talented kids.
So what's your thing with Vivid?
Vivid, I used to be quite sneery towards it, but I love it. I love Vivid. Okay. I'm a Vivid convert. I actually changed the festoons in my shed on the weekend just so I can be part of the Vivid gang.
You held a torch under your face and went, woo-hoo. But Vivid is a great time of year. It is wonderful. And lots of newscasters are trying to describe the beauty of the scene. And it reminded me of some audio that my parents used to play that was famously hilarious. Well, we'll see what you think. But my parents thought this was hilarious.
So what year is this?
1937.
Right.
And this man, on May 20th, 1937, Lieutenant Commander Thomas Woodruff delivered his description of the Coronation Fleet, the lighting up of the fleet. The problem was he'd had some very big refreshments in the officers' mess. Talk about an officers' mess. Yeah. So he was a retired sailor turned broadcaster for the BBC, and he got to the microphone at 10:45 for the commentary on the illuminations. And what happened was, his behaviour was slightly more illuminating than envisaged, and the bosses were a fair distance away and couldn't get to him. They took them 4 minutes to shut him down.
Right.
Here, it's old-fashioned and it's old school. My parents thought this was hilarious. But here is Commander Thomas Woodruff delivering the address, I guess, a 4-minute description of the illuminations.
What I mean is this, that the whole fleet is lit up in fairly lamps, and each ship is outlined. Now, as far as I can see, it's about, I suppose I can see it down about 5 or 6 miles. The ships are all lit up. They're outlined, the whole lot. Even destroyers are outlined. In the old days, destroyers used to be outlined by a little kind of pyramid of light. And nowadays, destroyers are lit up by the outline themselves. In a second or two, we're going to fire rockets and we're going to fire all sorts of things. It's gone. It's gone. There's no fleet. It's disappeared. And what's happened is the fleet's gone, disappeared, and gone. We had 100, 200 warships all around us a second ago. And now they've gone. There's nothing at all.
They're gone.
They're gone.
They're
So
gone.
They just switched the lights off.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Remember that time that fool Brendan Jones, he'd been out sailing, he'd had 1,000 beers, he was a passenger in his friend's car and he decided to phone 2GB.
Brendan from Cronulla. Brendan, hello.
Brent, how are you, mate?
Mate, I'm well, thank you. I'm well. Now, I
Fan of the show, mate. You've changed radio. You're a revolutionary.
Oh, please. Please.
I really forget Lawsy, forget Fordham, forget all those guys. It's you.
Really?
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
You know.
He's gone.
You know.
He's gone. His brain is gone.
It'll take the devil to replace him. Thank you for that.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Police allege an organised crime gang embedded about $1 million worth of the drug ice within the fabric of T-shirts before another team extracted it using a washing machine.
What? Back up the truck.
This is how you're smuggling the drugs in. Did you ever smuggle drugs?
Oh, what do you think? I don't take drugs.
I'm putting down
I don't
as
smuggle
a
drugs.
yes, because you would get away with it.
You saw how I tried to smuggle vodka once into a music thing we went
Into
to.
Midnight Oil, yeah, that's right. You had a banana.
It was a
looked like a
banana flask.
Yeah, it looked like a banana.
Mm.
And I said, you smuggle the booze in. And what did you do? You added a mixer to it.
Well,
So
because
it's-
I don't want to drink straight vodka.
Yep, so it's just pretty
One
much
drink.
You smuggled one drink.
One vodka soda for me.
And then what are the rest of you guys drinking?
So these people embedded ice into T-shirt clothing.
Yeah, the New South Wales Supreme Court has been told almost 1 kilo of the drug was soaked into the T-shirts, which featured a merry and bright logo. The drug-laced shirts were then sent to Australia by overseas-based organised crime figures.
And how do they get it out?
Police allege once the garments landed in Sydney, the court was told that a team of other alleged crime figures, rented an Airbnb property in southwest Sydney and spent a week last October extracting the drug using a washing machine, stove burners and other tools.
So if you put it through a washing machine, but then all the water would wash it away.
Well, yes, the team even arrived with a new top-loader washing machine, which was still wrapped in plastic.
Designed just for this.
The process was painstaking. It's a new and novel method, a senior police method, but a senior policeman has said, but at the same time, very, very effective. This is how the raid went down.
Hello. What's your name? Shona Free. This is an Abyssal doorstep challenge. Have you got anything at the moment we can come out and have a look at?
Yes, there's a normal grass stain.
Bit of blood stain there too, by the looks of it.
Even just that weird show on its own, Nappy Sand, on front of everyone on TV, show us your blood stains. Terrible.
Classic. It's 8:26.
You'd think the giveaway would have been all those young men just doing their laundry.
You guys, that's sus.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the ghoulies get together.
Would you like to win $20,000 cash?
Yes.
If you'd like to win $20,000 cash, you have to be our favourite ghoulie of the year.
What have we got today?
Know what gets my ghoulies? When you put something down on your card, you're on holidays, you're like, yeah, put it on my card. I've got the money, you know it's coming, and then, wait, what are we? Oh yeah, 8 months later, they decide to take the money out. 8 months later. They just screwed my whole budget for the next 2 weeks. Should have taken it 8 months ago.
Yeah, come on, Cosy lives, man.
I never think of that. I never think of the impact of when I get round to paying something and the difference it makes.
Yeah,
or taking the money out.
You'll be walking around wearing a barrel, and then you'll buy another barrel.
Because the first barrel made me look fat.
What else?
You know what gets my ghoulies? When you go to the supermarket, you've done the right thing, you get your $2, you put it in the trolley, you do your shopping, you come back to the trolley bay, you put your trolley back, and you're the first trolley back. There's nowhere to stick your little thing to get your $2 back.
Oh, yes.
I don't know how many $2 I've lost. That's what gets my ghoulies.
Too efficient. That's
These
your problem.
days, you also don't have that many coins around, so if you get a $2, you hang on to
You
it.
need a thing to stick in your thing. Out with the bad and with the good. If you dipped out, it doesn't matter. You can always contact us via the iHeartRadio app.
Our favourite caller, email, or Facebook friend wins a double pass to Crowded House's The Gravity Stairs Tour. Live, Sydney Opera House forecourt. It's going to be amazing. The 4th and 5th of December. Info and tickets from livenation.com.au.
You also get that Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and fridge magnet as well, which is super.
I came across a story of a guy that went bowling after he'd had surgery on his rotator cuff. And he was supposed to just sit quietly, but couldn't help himself. So he's bowling a ball, loses his balance. He's got his arm in a sling, slips over, crashes right down on his shoulder.
I can't watch it again. It just hurts.
The tribal drum is beating for, don't worry, doctor, I'll take it easy.
Take it easy.
Ow! Is Carol Ann from Hornsby Heights.
About 3 years ago, I was in hospital having treatment for cancer. I was in to stay about 10 weeks. Doctor said, okay, you can have a day release. I thought, fantastic. And I really was hanging for fish and chips for some reason. So family took me down to Balmoral Beach, under the trees there, looking out through the water. It was really lovely, having my chips, and out of nowhere, a kookaburra flew down, took the chip literally out of my mouth and took my lip with it. Yeah.
Laugh kookaburra indeed.
Just hearing that again makes me wince.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Ugly Feels next with WSFM's Total Recall. It's More Money Monday. Every song's worth $100.
Yep. Plus, check out the stuff that didn't make today's show with our exclusive Jonesy and Amanda Cutting Room Floor podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
We'll see you tomorrow. Actually, we're
tonight.
back at 6. Of course we are for Jam Nation.
Good day to you. That's what it's all about.
Well, thank God that's over. Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, dear, from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation podcast.
Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.